Caught my wife cheating after 16 years of marriage and getting past it. Long story, but here it is. I spent 18 years in the Army, married to my wife for 16 of those years. Our marriage was never perfect. There was emotional cheating on both sides at least once, but it never turned physical during those times. I got out of the Army in July, and that's when I started noticing little changes in my wife. Our weekly date night stopped, and instead of going out once a week, it became maybe once every 3 weeks. She started going out with her friends almost every weekend. Our adult daughter went out with her every time, so I knew the guy wasn't going out with them. At the same time, she started becoming more distant, physically and emotionally. She's also in school to become a nurse practitioner and works as an ER nurse. Her clinical site was 3 to 4 hours away. One night back in October, she was heading home from clinicals and called me saying the house supervisor asked if she could work a 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. shift, and she agreed, even though she had to be back at 7 a.m. She came home to shower, which I thought was odd, kissed me, and headed out. She even took her mom's car instead of her Bronco, saying she'd already put 500 miles on it that week. About 20 minutes later, I got an iPhone notification that she stopped sharing her location with me. We all share locations on Find My and Life 360. That instantly fell off. I tried calling her, and even had the kids try calling, no answer. After a few attempts, I checked Find My again and saw her MacBook was showing up downtown in the town where she works, 35 minutes from her house. I called the hospital to make sure she made it in, and the supervisor told me she'd called her off 10 to 15 minutes before my wife turned off her location. I assumed she wanted to go out with her friends again and didn't tell me because I was already upset earlier that week. She had gone out 12 weekends in a row and wanted to go out again for what would have been the 13th. I went to the 2 bars she and her friends always go to, but they were closed. I got a horrible feeling in my stomach. I walked around the corner to the apartment of one of the hospital security guards. I used to do part-time security there too, and he and I hung out because he also did 20 years in the Army. My wife's mom's car was parked right next to his. I called her a couple more times, yelled her name, and was heading toward the apartment when she walked out looking shocked. She said, "It's not what it looks like." A couple minutes later, he came out looking thrown off, acting like he had just woken up. She said they'd only been talking for 40 minutes. He claimed she never even came inside, and that he didn't know she was there. None of it added up. A couple days later, things calmed down slightly. She asked me to go with her to Kansas City for the weekend while she did clinicals, saying we could talk things out. I went. On Friday night we talked, and things seemed stable. The next morning she left for clinicals and called me saying she forgot her MacBook, asking if I could bring it to her so she could do her homework. I said yes, but told her I needed to use it to find a Walmart because my phone was at 1%. When I opened her laptop, her messages app was still open. A conversation with her best friend was up, and right there I could see she told her that she and the security guard had talked, that they needed to lay low for a while, and that she kissed him. I was absolutely furious. I started going through her conversations with her 2 closest friends and realized this had been going on since about a month after I got out of the Army. The only thing I can be sure of, because she never lies to her best friend, is that she and the guy never had sex. Her friend specifically asked her, and she answered no. I left Kansas City, it's a 2-hour drive, after sending her screenshots of the messages. Since then, we've been talking, especially after it came out that this guy was also talking to another girl and lying to his wife about getting a divorce. I even messaged his wife and sent her everything so she could confront him. Apparently, there might be 2 other women he was involved with. His wife is visibly upset that he lied to her, and my wife seems remorseful that she let things get that far, especially since all 4 of us were friends for the last 3 years. My question is, how do I get past this, especially knowing they still work at the same place? I quit after telling our boss everything, but they're still in the same building every day.